things that begin will indeed come to an end. It is inevitable. Tonight, a new chapter begins. Opportunity awaits. Tonight, the end is here. The end of the beginning.
The end is here!
Welcome, everybody, to NXT Takeover.
We're gonna start a whole new chapter, a new beginning for NXT. I could not be any more excited about it.
The end is here.
When you have that much hype coming to NXT, you better live up to it.
The game is over.
And what a beginning for Andrade Cien Almas.
No more pretending. No more.
The American Alpha ready to defend the NXT Tag Team Championship against the Revival.
The end is here.
Starter Machine!
The Revival are two-time champions.
Oh my God.
Wailing away on Jordan Gable.
These guys are freaking monsters. That's Paul Ellering, one of the greatest managers in the history of our business. But what's he doing here? Who are these guys?
The end is here.
The global journeys of two world-class competitors have led them here to NXT. Tonight, Austin Aries and Shinsuke Nakamura clash in their quest for definitive supremacy. It's that time, King Shasta!
Talk about a dream match. Long live the King of Strong Style. Nia Jax bullied her way to this opportunity. Will Asuka's time as champion continue to blossom?
And look in the eyes of Nia. No fear.
Asuka's in for a fight. She knows it.
Oh my God! Nia Jax just threw Asuka almost into the first row. Everything that Nia Jax has done so far is just to hurt Asuka.
Asuka rallies.
The champ summoning what she needs.
Asuka to put away the challenger, and Asuka retains her title.
Inside that cage, nobody knows what Finn Balor is capable of.
The reign of Samoa Joe has only just begun. You will witness the end of Finn Balor.
What a battle. The lengths that these two men were willing to go for the right to be called champion, for the right to end one another.
Second row, muscle buster. Samoa Joe has survived Finn Balor.
The end is here.
Takeover, the end of the beginning. Welcome to the new chapter. Welcome, everybody, to NXT. We welcome you in here tonight. Tom Phillips here ringside with Corey Graves. Corey, what a night it was last week.
I'm still buzzing. It's been 7 days, but man, I could not be more excited for this new chapter.
It was an unbelievable night capped off by our first steel cage match for the NXT Championship. Coming up later on tonight, we will show you an exclusive interview we had with the NXT Champion Samoa Joe moments after his title defense from last week. That is still to come.
We will also get to hear from the other participant in that historic steel cage match. The former NXT Champion, Finn Balor, will address the NXT fans right here tonight at Full Sail.
following contest is a tag team match scheduled for one fall. being led to the ring by Paul Ellering at a combined weight of 615 pounds, the authors of pain.
In what was one of the most shocking moments at TakeOver, maybe ever in NXT, these two men absolutely laid waste to American Alpha at the end of that classic tag team match. I'm curious to see what these two monsters are capable of.
It was a brilliant championship match between the Revival and American Alpha, but this was the exclamation point with a surprise of the WWE Hall of Famer Paul Ellering appearing at ringside after the matchup. This was absolutely incredible. Hear the announcement, the authors of pain.
These two are absolutely superhuman. Look at the size of these guys.
Oh, look at them going right after their opponents, taking their opponents outside the ring. There was one of them, and now they're just wailing away on the last one. The match has started. Look at this monster.
The impact of those knee strikes.
What do you think, Ray? About 300 pounds on each guy?
Easily.
Big tattooed one. Oh, God, just flooring his opponent. What they did to American Alpha after the match was nothing short of a beatdown. It was unbelievable what they did as a former NXT Tag Team Champion.
Look at what they're doing right now. Look at this poor young man on the apron.
On into the corner. There's the tag from the other author of pain. This is pure devastation. And Ellering all the while is just watching outside the ring.
We know what Ellering's history is. We know what he's capable of. The greatness that he is partially responsible for. That was the Road Warriors. Now he's leading these two young giants. This is terrifying.
There's the tag, the tattooed one of them comes back into this match, now legal. Watch this, oh, and a boot! Oh, look at these two. Setting up the other one, oh my gosh. The authors of pain have won their first match by a landslide.
Here are your winners, the authors of pain.
That was complete and utter destruction.
I don't even know what we're witnessing right now. What happened last week at NXT Takeover the end was simply stunning what they did to American Alpha, but still, this was even more impressive. Let's take a look back here at this, the first matchup for the authors of pain.
You said impressive, Tom. How about terrifying, horrifying? The damage these two behemoths inflicted in their first match on NXT. These two monsters just made an emphatic statement for the tag team division.
Now just look at Paul Ellering, like Pac leading his troops. Look at how confident he is.
Why wouldn't he be? I think anyone on earth would be confident with those two following behind.
Andrade, that debut match was incredible. NXT Takeover the end seems like it's just the beginning for you. So what can the NXT universe expect from you here on out?
Increíble. Takeover was only the beginning.
Takeover for you was a fluke. And don't go blowing this out of proportion, you six. NXT is all about consistency, and I've been consistent for years. So if you think in one night you're going to make a name for yourself off of me, it's not going to happen. But I do feel like righting the wrong from Takeover. That is, of course, unless you're afraid that I'm going to show the entire NXT universe that Cien Almas is nowhere near a perfect 10.
Ya veremos.
Tye Dillinger with a stern challenge for Andrade, but still to come here tonight, tag team action. TM61, Thorne and Miller are back and ready to go against Blake and Murphy, who are going to give it one more shot as a team here tonight. That match is still to come on NXT.
And coming up next, we've got some women's division action as the Princess of Staten Island, Carmella, looks to take one step closer to her goal of someday becoming women's champion.
It's the greatest Money in the Bank pay-per-view in history. All in. the opportunity.
You climb the ladder, you grab the briefcase. Inside that briefcase, a contract guaranteeing you a world title opportunity any place, anytime over the next year.
The championship.
I'm back for one thing. That's the title I never lost.
As long as this is on my shoulder, I am the guy.
The dream match.
The future must go through me.
I have been waiting for this moment for a long time.
All in one night. WWE Money in the Bank. This Sunday, live only on WWE Network.
Gentlemen, a question? Just one question? Paul, what are you guys doing here?
In due time.
F-A-B-U-L-O-U-S. I can't wait to find out more about the Authors of Pain, but the master Paul Ellering not showing all of his cards yet.
Right now it is time for NXT Women's Division action.
Chick in NXT.
Take your job, Phillips. It's okay.
Good to have Carmella back here at Full Sail University.
I'm doing fabulous.
Last saw Carmella compete 3 weeks ago in what was the triple threat match to determine the #1 contender to the NXT Women's Championship.
That hasn't changed her goals. She still wants to be the women's champion.
The following contest is a women's division match scheduled for one fall. Her opponent from Charlotte, North Carolina, Tessa Blanchard.
Well, Greg, we last saw Tessa Blanchard competing on NXT last month against Nia Jax, so a common opponent for both Carmella and Tessa in the past. And what Nia Jax competing against Asuka last week at NXT Takeover for the NXT Women's Championship. Now both these women looking to ascend here on NXT.
Tessa Blanchard's been getting a lot of ring time here in NXT. She knows the opportunities that could await with one big victory, including over Carmella.
And just a reminder, you can see how WWE superstars are made at the WWE Performance Center All Access, coming up July 25th right here in Orlando, Florida. Tickets are available now. Go to nxttickets.com for more information.
Nice roll up by Carmella.
Down, kick out. Now Tessa Blanchard right back into the corner. Whoa! Oh, it's dropped by Carmella.
But you have to know that Carmella witnessed the Women's Championship match at TakeOver. She saw what we thought, I know a lot of people thought was impossible.
You picked Nia Jax going into that
I
match.
absolutely did, and Asuka took out Nia Jax.
How you guys doing?
Tessa Blanchard, oh! I'm mocking Carmella there. Carmella not going to be fazed by Blanchard whatsoever. Grace, you made the point about the showing of Asuka. I mean, what is it going to take for a competitor like Carmella, or even Tessa Blanchard for that matter, to get a victory against the NXT Women's Champion?
Honestly, I don't know. I thought Nia Jax was about the only woman that could dethrone the Empress of Tomorrow. But apparently I was mistaken, so I honestly don't have an answer for you.
Asuka's still undefeated since her debut in October of last year. Look at Tessa Blanchard, the daughter of WWE Hall of Famer Tully Blanchard, one of the 4 horsemen. A different fire in Tessa Blanchard here tonight.
She's learning. She's a student of the game. She grew up around the business. She knows what it takes to get it done inside the ring. She's got to step it up.
And Grace, we're getting some breaking news here. This is an order per the NXT General Manager, Mr. William Regal, that later on tonight we're going to see a rematch from last week at TakeOver. Andrade Cien Almas will face off against Tye Dillinger.
Awesome.
Oh.
What a kick.
Carmella loaded up, and the Bronco Buster to Blanchard.
The face buster. We've seen this before.
Oh, look at this. Look at this, Graves.
He calls it the code of silence, and it is locked in.
Tessa Blanchard tapping out to the code of silence.
Here is your winner by submission, Carmella.
Carmella proves to be a dangerous submission specialist, but she's still having some fun out here. Let's take a look back here at this matchup. Carmella one-on-one with Tessa Blanchard. Boom! Right there on the jaw. That really turned things in Carmella's favor.
Absolutely precise for Carmella, and here is the code of silence. I don't care how talented you are or who you grew up with, you're not getting out of that one. And a celebratory moonwalk, which I'll never complain about.
Oh, it's very natural. Carmella, your winner. Now, Grace, we talked about it last week at NXT TakeOver, the very first steel cage match for the NXT Championship. Samoa Joe outlasting Finn Balor to retain the championship. Right now, let's take a look at an exclusive post-match interview with a very defiant Samoa Joe.
What are you willing to sacrifice for the NXT Championship? I destroyed my brother. I hunted a demon around the world, and I took this from him. And tonight, I ended all questions who the undisputed NXT champion of the world is. Tonight marks the end of those questions, but more importantly, it marks the beginning of my era. I am Samoa Joe. I am the NXT champion. And you do not have enough to sacrifice to take this from me.
Blake and Murphy, you two are teaming back up together tonight to take on TM61. Does that mean that you two have resolved your issues?
Kathy, there were no problems with Blake and Murphy. No. Until brother over here decided to turn his back on me and just leave me.
Whoa. Murphy, we all know that was Little Miss Bliss.
Yeah.
That was dragging us down. I mean, when she came with us, we had the tag titles.
It's true.
And now that we lost them, she just leaves us? No. That's not the problem.
Yeah.
No.
All right, Kathy, to answer your question, we put our history behind us. And we're looking forward to stepping back into the tag team division to reclaim what's rightfully ours, those NXT Tag Team Championships.
And our very first victims, Kathy? TM61.
Ooh. Aussie boys.
They're done.
Done.
Blake and Murphy in action next.
Hey. Can't wait till we ain't broke and the phone keeps ringing but we ain't home. I can't wait till we get there and we're putting something good up in the air. I can't wait to get out of this place. I can't wait till they know my face and I can say what I wanna say when I'm bigger than the Empire State.
It is time for tag team action here on NXT.
match scheduled for one fall. Making their way to the ring at a combined weight of 450 pounds, Shane Thorne and Nick Miller, TM61.
Shane Thorne and Nick Miller making their debut 3 weeks ago against the team of Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano. This is the team with a lot of international hype. Well, they really showed an impressive showing in their debut, but they're back here again.
I think these guys have a bright future. I like them. They're never afraid to bend a few rules to have a good time.
I know you like that.
And their opponents, at a combined weight of 467 pounds, Blake and Murphy.
Well, Grazers, before the commercial break, we saw backstage Blake and Murphy coming to some sort of an accord. They want to try one last time at this tag team partnership. They had a bit of a falling out a couple of weeks ago. Alexa Bliss, we know, is gone from Blake and Murphy. But the former NXT Tag Team Champions are going to give it a go.
Listen, this cries of desperation to me. Buddy Murphy's been going through a really hard time. This is a last-ditch effort to get his career back on track.
Well, both men have, for a matter of fact. The last time Buddy Murphy was in action in singles action a few weeks ago, Wesley Blake wasn't even in the building. But these two seem very confident coming into this one. They said before the break, our first victims are TM61.
I did my homework about these guys, Phillips. You might not know this. The Murphy family and the Thorne family have a long-standing rivalry in Australia.
Really?
That's right. The great-great-grandfather of Murphy actually defeated the great-great-grandfather of Thorne in Thunderdome.
Okay, so you know Thunderdome's not a real thing.
Sure it is.
That is a movie, and you're imagining your life.
Yeah, it's right
as
by
Mad
the Bullet
Max.
Farm. It's
same again,
general region.
Not a real location in Australia. Is that all the homework
That's
you
debatable.
did? That's
That's
all
debatable.
the homework you did before this matchup?
No, I did a lot of homework. I asked around. I asked Alexa Bliss if she'd heard any updates about Murphy. She didn't care, so I did a little more digging. I found out he got his car repossessed, he got evicted, and he dropped his croissant sandwich this morning.
You gotta be kidding me, right? Oh! I mean, I know Blake and Murphy have had their troubles, but seriously, like, they're trying one more time here. You got to give them some credit. They held the NXT Tag Team titles for 8 months through much of 2015. Whoa!
The agility of Thorne. Let's talk about what Blake and Murphy have done in the past. Let's talk about what TM61 are doing right now.
Shane Thorne looking sharp.
That was a great pun, Tom. That was really nice.
I didn't even need to do that, but thank you. Now the tag, in comes Nick Miller. These two met at age 17, first started tagging together in 2009. They've known each other a very long time, and they used to compete against each other. And they actually, at one point, decided, you know what, let's tag together, see if we can give this a go, and they're doing pretty good. Shane Thorne into the cover and a kick out by Blake.
It's been a while since we've seen Blake. I also have it on good authority. He's been on one of those adults-only islands playing the bongos the whole time.
I have no idea what that means, but I wouldn't put it past Wesley Blake. Now back to the corner, TM61. Nick Miller makes the tag off of Shane Thorne.
Let's take another look here. Watch this. Great double team work here. Nick Miller, great teamwork here. And Shane Thorne off of the apron. And that nearly was it for Blake and Murphy. There's the tag now to Buddy Murphy. Oh, Nick Miller, I think Nick Miller made a tag, and there goes Blake through the ropes. Oh! Beautiful. Shane Thorne into the cover to put him away, and a kick out at one by Murphy. Oh, Graves, it sounds like Murphy's had a very rough go of it. I don't know if I believe all the things you were just saying. Oh!
Listen, you don't have to believe me for me.
Oh,
good
man.
Lord, what a clothesline by Murphy.
Looks like he's taking out a lot of his frustration right now. Here's the cover on Thorne, and TM61 still in this match.
If Murphy can channel that frustration like he did in this clothesline, this might be the start of something beautiful. Bam!
Big impact there, and now Blake and Murphy backing up Shane Thorne into their own corner.
I think that clothesline would have taken out Lord Humongous.
Again, and it's Kasanovic. Now back into the cover. Blake, shoulders down here. Shane Thorne still at it too. And we talk about this team giving it another go, and Blake and Murphy, your former NXT Tag Team Champion. Hold on, shoulders down, and Thorne still in this match. You're a former NXT Tag Team Champion. How much pressure is under these two right now to make a break?
Well, the NXT Tag Team division is on fire right now. After that classic between American Alpha and the Revival, now the two-time Tag Team Champions. Competition getting wow, what a shot. Competition getting higher and tougher every single week.
Flying in with a punch, here's the cover, and Shane Thorne gets his left shoulder off the mat.
Both of these teams know how valuable every single win, every single time they step in the ring is to even make any sort of headway in the tag team division.
We can't ignore that diesel-like force we saw at the beginning of the show here, and also at NXT Takeover, the Authors of Pain with Paul Ellering.
Ignore it. I'm just kind of pretending it didn't exist because it terrified me, Tom.
You're going to be nightmares. Shane Thorne, takes a big uppercut right on the jaw. And here's the tag now to Wesley Blake. Shane Thorne's been in there a long time here in this match. Desperately needs to make a tag to Nick Miller. Going to the corner. Whoa! That one looked like it caught Blake in the midsection. Shane Thorne, oh man! Murphy got wiped out by his own partner. Top rope, here comes Nick Miller.
Nick Miller's all fired up.
Now Nick is starting to feel it. Whipping Blake into the corner. Oh, and a big clothesline. Takes them both out. The NXT Universe is feeling TM6-1, and Blake's feeling that spine buster. Off the tag, in comes Shane Thorne. Oh, look at this. They call this Thunder Valley. TM6-1 get their first win on NXT.
Here are your winners, TM6-1.
What an impressive showing. These two needed to capitalize on this opportunity to advance in the tag team division, and they did just that.
Let's take a look back here in this matchup. Blake and Murphy miscues here in this battle. Watch this. Murphy nearly got his head taken off by Blake. And now watch this. They call this Thunder Valley. If you've seen TM6-1 around the world, you've seen that before. Thunder Valley in effect here on NXT. But Graves, the point is, this was a make-or-break night for Blake and Murphy, and they broke.
Well, Blake just happened to clothesline Murphy in the face. I mean, that's not going to do your tag team any favors. Bad enough when your girl leaves you and your partner bails on you, and then he clotheslines you in the face and you lose the match. I mean, we have someone who Buddy Murphy can talk to.
People beautiful.
And Graves, you mentioned it earlier, we now have our first two-time NXT Tag Team Champions in Dash and Dawson.
What a tag team match it was. One of the best I've seen in recent memory, if not ever. American Alpha coming up short, losing those titles, but the Revival did what they said they were going to do.
Right now, we want to show you an exclusive look. This was after NXT TakeOver. The celebration was on for the Revival.
What happened here tonight is exactly what we said was going to happen. Exactly what we say we're going to do. We became the two-time tag team champs. We beat Gable and Jordan. We proved we are the greatest tag team on the planet.
Well, we work as a unit and we win as a unit. And where we come from, we live off of 40 miles of bad road, and there ain't one person here, there ain't one team here that can make it down the block. We told everybody we're the absolute best tag team on this planet. And now we are the first tag team to be two-time NXT Tag Team Champions. We said it before. We're going to say it right now. We talk heavy, we hit hard, and we are your brand new NXT Tag Team Champions. Clink me, Jack.
Dash and Dawson, the Revival, the best tag team on the planet. We know they're feeling good, but tonight we find out how the former NXT champion, Finn Balor, is feeling. He will address the NXT universe a little bit later on.
And coming up here, a rematch from last week at NXT TakeOver. Tye Dillinger looking to prove that he is indeed the perfect 10 against Andrade Cien Almas. That match is next.
This past weekend, NXT took over the Download Festival in the UK, and who made a surprise appearance? None other than Bobby rude. Social media went wild at this breaking news. What does this mean for his future in NXT? I guess you'd have to ask him.
And speaking of uncertain futures, it was last month here on NXT, Bayley went one-on-one with Nia Jax, a very physical matchup as Nia Jax would take it to the former NXT Women's Champion. Bayley would find an opening, however, against the dominant Nia Jax, and a la their matchup in London, Bayley would go for the guillotine here, but Nia Jax able to use her strength to her advantage and break this hold. This would lead to an injury for Bayley, clutching at her left knee here during the match, and Nia Jax would take advantage. Into the corner, Nia obliterating Bayley, and then as the match wore on, it was evident that it was a truly bad injury. Nia Jax with the leg drop to the back of the knee, and then another leg drop to the back of the neck of Bayley to put away the former NXT Women's Champion. Nia Jax would be able to bully her way to a championship match as Bayley was medically unable to compete at NXT Takeover the End. Right now, we want to check in backstage with our broadcast colleague, Andrea DeMarco.
Bayley, can you give us an update on your medical condition?
Oh yeah, I have a doctor's appointment next week in the morning, and Mr. Regal promised that if everything goes well, he'll let me back in the ring. So I'm really looking forward to it, and I hope everything goes well because I need to come back and I need to get my NXT Women's Championship back. So wish me luck.
Well, we know Bayley's looking forward to it. We'll have an update for you next week. Hopefully, it's good news.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Niagara Falls, Canada, weighing 225 pounds, he is the perfect 10, Tye Dillinger.
We heard the announcement, the breaking news via our general manager, Mr. William Regal. We have a rematch from last week at NXT Takeover. The perfect 10, Tye Dillinger, is back. Tye Dillinger with a good showing against the debuting Andrade Cien Almas. Graves, that was a match that Tye Dillinger asked for on social media. He got his wish, came up a little bit short.
He came up short, but he opened a lot of eyes. A lot of people around the NXT universe finally realizing just how talented this man is.
And how talented this man is. Cien.
Weighing 210 pounds, Andrade Cien Almas.
Grace, I just want to remind you of the little fact that the WWE Hall of Famer Lita said is that 100 is actually 10 times better than 10.
Thanks for that. That was genius. That was dynamite. Maybe I should get you a hat with a feather in it like this guy.
Thanks, man.
Maybe I should punch you in the neck. Trying to jump on my bandwagon. We made meme magic.
Andrade Cien Almas with a fantastic showing last week at NXT Takeover the End. The NXT Universe getting introduced to the man once a masked luchador in Mexico, competed all over the world, but now Tye Dillinger. There's a different look about Tye here tonight.
Last week, Dillinger got a massive opportunity that he asked for, and he came up short. That's not very 10-like, Tom. I put it on the people. They're constantly chanting for him so they can display the pinnacle of their intelligence. They can count to 10. That makes me like Tye Dillinger. Dillinger doesn't care about these people.
His nickname's 100. Are you not getting this?
You can't give yourself a nickname, Tom.
Off the rope, going the back elbow.
Andrade is all fired up, taking it out on Dillinger.
A rematch from NXT Takeover. Almas trying to take command here in this match. Oh, look at that.
Unbelievable agility.
Off the top rope here, cross body onto Dillinger. And the perfect 10 sliding outside the ring.
It's a smart strategy by the perfect 10. Almost out to get him.
Oh, Oh, and Tye Dillinger shot right to the midsection. Oh, man.
Bunch of turncoats. These people now CN fans because they get to chant a higher number.
Well, to be frank, I don't think Tye Dillinger really cares after what happened last week. He did put it all on the line. He said he's never asked for anything in his career before. The one time he didn't get the job done. Now he's trying to right that wrong in his mind. Andrade Cien Almas, what was your thoughts on his debut?
Very impressive. The guy's been successful all over the world. He's finally here at NXT to test himself against the very best in the world, and he was absolutely impressive. You come in on a big stage like TakeOver, and you dispose of somebody like Tye Dillinger, how can you not be impressed with Cien?
Back into the ring, Tye Dillinger. Oh, with a drop kick. Andrade Cien Almas is starting to feel it here. Andrade Cien Almas has Tye Dillinger rocked.
Amazing agility by this guy.
Oh, and there goes Dillinger. Dillinger again trying to take some time outside the ring. Hold on, Almas! Almas, oh!
There it is. Full Sail University, the site of a GQ magazine photo shoot.
Andrade in control against Dillinger.
Stone Cold Steve! It doesn't matter who you are! Theme song!
I got a game show. Come on down. You can win all the prizes.
Oh my God!
Can I just be really honest with you? That shirt does make you look really creepy. 3.
I never had this done.
2, 1. Okay, no, that's good. Oh my gosh, you're bleeding.
Live on the WWE Network, Steve Austin Show podcast.
Talk about how you got into the business. I got a serious question for you now. You have a very interesting story.
These are for you.
Lilies are for funerals. Are you trying to tell me I'm going to die someday? I'm never going to die. What have you heard?
I think my water just broke.
Oh my gosh! Let's get you to the bathroom!
The spirit of competition. You can feel the electricity in the building.
The opportunity of a lifetime, the WWE Cruiserweight Classic.
Noelle is 21 years old. She still likes me. She still thinks I'm cool.
I think things would be better if you just had sweatpants that didn't have holes in them.
This conversation's over.
It is the night one man will fulfill his destiny. Get that ladder, get it under that briefcase, and climb up. Money in the bank.
Boom!
More action here on NXT. A rematch, however, from last week at NXT Takeover the end. Andrade Cien Almas in his second matchup here on NXT against Tye Dillinger. Now, Tye Dillinger has been struggling so far here in this matchup, trying to find some openings, but Almas has shut the door for the most part. Oh, look at this, down the cover, hook to the legs there, and a kick out.
Nice deep arm drag by Almas. He has had an answer for everything that Dillinger has attempted tonight.
Yeah, this is the third or fourth time that Almas has grounded Dillinger. How frustrating can that get?
It's got to be. Listen, when you call yourself the perfect 10, I'll give you a little bit of leeway when you actually are a perfect 10. So maybe this is just sort of a short-term slump thing. It's a one-night slump. It happens when you're perfect.
I understand. I know that Tye Dillinger, this is a guy who's incredibly smooth, incredibly talented individual. But as you said, every once in a while, you go through some ups and downs.
He's got to concentrate on getting back in the upswing of things.
A hand right in the face here of Cien. Back in Andrade into the corner. Oh, and a shot right to the midsection. Now Almas out of the corner. Oh, and hits the drop kick.
Right to the rib cage.
Oh, it dropped onto the mat.
It's a great move by Dillinger. Great technical maneuver.
Now look at this. Was hammering away there on Almas. Now into a backbreaker. Cover. Hook to the inside leg kick out at 1. Take another look at this. Dillinger into the backbreaker, right to the small of the back.
Look at this right now. This mean streak coming out of Dillinger might be exactly what he needs. See those cross faces, that stomp right to the side of Cien's face. Look at this, just raking the face.
A superstar like Tye Dillinger, a guy who's talked such a big game for such a long time here on NXT. Trying to justify those actions and now hammered away again on Almas in the corner, the boot right in the face.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Dillinger better be careful not to get himself disqualified. But it's almost as though he turned the aggression up to 10, Tom.
How on point you are. Headbutt to the lower back. Any means necessary. Just look in the eyes of Tye Dillinger. It's been totally different. This isn't the guy we've gotten accustomed to.
They better figure something out quick.
Oh, look at Cien. Great counter. Oh, back elbow. Second rope with the drop kick.
Andrade Almas starting to feel it. Dillinger's in a world of trouble.
Cien chance here from the NXT Universe at Full Sail University. Wow. No. Now Tye trying to get outside the ring. Oh, and look at Andrade. Back inside the ring, Andrade's starting to roll. Oh, he caught him. Face first into the mat went Dillinger. Graves, we saw this last week.
Wham!
Double knees. Double knees into the corner. Wiping out Dillinger, and Almas wins this takeover rematch.
Here is your winner, Andrade Cien Almas.
We talked about their match at TakeOver. I've got to say, this one was decisively Cien's match. He imposed his will practically the entire time and ended it all right here. 200 miles an hour, bam! Knees to the head. I think it's a perfect time for a nap.
A great decision by our general manager to call for this rematch. Andrade Cien Almas only getting started here on NXT.
The sky's the limit. The future looks bright for Andrade Cien Almas. But speaking of futures, we're going to find out what the future holds for Finn Balor. For the first time since that brutal cage match at TakeOver, we hear from the Demon himself. And it's coming up next.
It's the greatest Money in the Bank pay-per-view in history. All in. The opportunity.
You climb a ladder, you grab the briefcase. Inside that briefcase, a contract guaranteeing you a world title opportunity any place, anytime over the next year.
The championship.
I'm back for one thing. That's the title I never lost.
As long as this is on my shoulder, I am the guy.
The dream match.
The future must go through me.
I have been waiting for this moment for a long time.
All in. One night. WWE Money in the Bank. This Sunday, live only on WWE Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Finn Balor.
Graves, last week at NXT Takeover the End, a brutal steel cage match for the NXT Championship. The first cage match in NXT's history. Finn Balor, an incredible, almost inhuman effort against Samoa Joe.
Oh, Finn Balor has every right to hold his head high. What a battle it was. Ultimately, he wasn't able to recapture the NXT title that has meant so very, very much to him.
We saw the comments earlier today from Samoa Joe that was exclusive post-takeover interview saying, quote, no question of who the undisputed champion is here on NXT. And Graves, we know so much of Finn Balor's identity was wrapped up 292 days as NXT champion.
Listen, I don't know that it's going to be the end of Finn Balor, but he's got to face the fact Samoa Joe is the NXT champion. Move onward to different things, Finn.
NXT! Where do I start? The very first time I saw NXT, I was sitting at home in Bray, County Wicklow, Ireland. I switched on the TV and I seen Enzo Amore and Colin Cassidy. And I said, I want to be a part of that. And then I came here. And as much as I became a part of NXT, NXT became a part of me. NXT became who I am. I was NXT champion for 292 days. I went to wars here. I went to wars with Neville. I went to wars with Tyler Breeze. I went to wars with Kevin Owens. And I went to wars with Samoa Joe. Yet, here I stand, not the champion. And you know, the question on everybody's lips is, what is next for Finn Balor? What is next for Finn Balor? Too sweet. The question is, what is next for Finn Balor?
Finn, you want some? I want some. When I was in Japan, I watched you. You became the icon of NXT. I know you are not champion anymore, but you are still icon. If I want to be the champion, I have to be icon. I have to beat you.
Shinsuke Nakamura, you have answered my question. I guess I know what's next for Finn Balor. Shinsuke Nakamura versus Finn Balor.
NXT has become all about dream matches, and I don't think there's anyone in the world with a bigger dream match than Nakamura and Balor.
There have been questions throughout the NXT universe. What is next for Finn Balor? We have our answer. A challenge from the king of strong style to the icon of NXT.